Super Mayhem.
Hello friends, it's Tim here again from Super Mayhem. Oh! And boy howdy, do we have some fun game hacking action for you today. So in this small addition to our Game Genie Hijinx series, we're going to take a look at the 4th best-selling Game Boy game, Super Mario Land. And well, there are a few cool cheats for this game for us to explore. A lot of people wonder why Super Mario Land is a bit different to other classic Mario games, and this is because it wasn't developed by Shigeru Miyamoto, but instead by Gunpei Yokoi and his R&D 1 Nintendo team. So that's just a bit of a fun fact for you. So anyway, if you like Super Mario in any way, shape or form, then be sure to smash a big fat like on this bad boy, share it with your friends, make a comment maybe about a game you'd like to see hacked, and of course subscribe with notifications on. And with all that said, on with the show! Warning, do not adjust your browser or phone app. I really am this bad at Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Also, you may notice that I'm using the Game Genie code 21C-53E-4C1, which gives me infinite lives. This footage isn't just repeated. With this code in place, you can't lose any lives. Naturally, this makes the game a whole lot easier, as you can die as many times as you want in any way that tickles your fancy, and that is kind of fun on its own. If you want an advantage but still have a challenge in Super Mario Land, you may want to try a different lives code, like 09D-49C-E62, which will start you off in the game with 10 lives. There are a couple of variations like starting with 2 or 6 lives, but there isn't much to say about them other than they exist and they can help or hinder you. However, if you want to take your lives to the extreme, then you can use the Game Genie code 99D-49C-E62, which will start you off in the game with a whopping 99 lives. Now you can get blown up by those exploding Koopa Troopers all you want. Well, almost. Have you ever seen Mini Mario throw a Powerball? Well, with the awesome cheat code 00A-17B-C49, now all your dreams have been answered. I also might suggest in future that you have bigger dreams, but whatever, it's your life. Anyway, naturally this Game Genie code is super handy, even if those balls bounce in some wacky ways. Right from the start of the game you can smash Goombas and Koopas without having the need to find a fire flower. It's pretty funny when you do get a mushroom though, as you've already been able to throw those menacing balls whilst being small. This is a sweet cheat, check it out. Are you a bit of a slowpoke when it comes to playing Super Mario Land? Never fear, the Game Genie code 008-60A-E6E gives you infinite time. Now you can spend as long as you want looking at these pyramids and trees. Look at them, they are pretty neat. Oh, pits. They still kill you though. And when you get to the end of the level you have to turn the cheat off to progress, as the timer stays at 400, meaning your score will just continue to zoom up with an ear-ringing noise until you reset or turn off the code. This is kind of an easy way to get a high score though, if you're into that kind of thing. Another weird time-related code is 208-60A-E6E, which is meant to make time go twice as fast. However, in my testing it did weird stuff. When I first turned it on I was already in a level, and the time just kept jumping around in the 300s. When I died and respawned though, it seemed to count down in units of 20, but it kept repeating itself. The weirdest part of this is the time jumped to 480 and then counted down in units of 20 and then repeated. So I guess this is another infinite time type cheat? Just a wacky version of it. An interesting subtle Game Genie code is 189-B3B-4CA, which makes Mario fall quite a bit slower than usual. I found it a little bit hard to trigger at first, but basically as long as you don't touch a block or any platform, you almost float gently to the ground like a leaf in the wind. Then other times you rocket to the ground like usual. Too bad it doesn't have the same effect on mushrooms. I really needed that shroom. On the whole, this is a kind of useful but unpredictable cheat code. A much more useful and more reliable Game Genie code is 00B-8EB-E69, which not only starts you off in the game as Big Mario, but you even stay big no matter what you hit. This essentially makes you invincible, but you can still downfall pits, even if you accidentally hit an enemy whilst trying to walk into said enemy, and then you end up in the pit. No worries though, as you respawn as Big Mario still. If you are hit by an enemy, it still makes a sound of you being hit, but you don't shrink. Also, if you get Powerballs you can still lose them, but when you are invincible, it doesn't really matter, does it? Are you tired of having to play through the entire game just to get to that sweet flying stage at the end of Super Mario Land? Well, worry no more. With the 2-line code C34-AAF-A21 plus 004-D3F-F7F, you activate a level select at the start of the game. Just press the A button to cycle through the levels and then press start on the one you would like to play. Even though this is a relatively short game, it can still be a bit tough, so this Game Genie code is definitely one for the books. Man, am I sick of jumping over pipes and up onto those pesky platforms. Lucky for me, there is the cheat code 18A-B1E-2AA, which enables you to walk through any object you like, as long as it's not an enemy. This is actually pretty cool, especially when you get a star you can just motor through the stage like it's nobody's business. Just be careful where you go through though, as you may get stuck, but in World 1-1 it's no problems at all. As you may know, there are usually 2 exits to each level in Super Mario Land. The harder one to get to will lead us to a bonus level where you can get lives or an item, but boy does this thing fly. Luckily again for us, there is a Game Genie code 25A-D0A-E66 that will slow down this crazy bonus game and allow you to relatively easily get the item or life bonus you want. This is a pretty handy code to have in your back pocket as you go through the game. And finally, I thought we would save the best till last. Using this massive 7-line Game Genie code, you can moonwalk. Well, that's what I call moonwalking anyway. It's also known as jumping in mid-air. Just about a staple in any Super Mario game. This is awesome fun as you can just cruise through levels by repeatedly hitting the jump button. As an added bonus, if you fall down pits or into water, you just return from the top of the screen, meaning finally there is a code that takes out those annoying death traps that are pits. Combine this bad boy with the invincibility cheat code, and you are set to take on Tatanga in no time. Interestingly, when using this code in level 1-3, I was able to get to the top of the stage above the actual gameplay, if that makes sense, and then I didn't even have to take on the boss. Just going to the top right of the screen was enough to save me that fake daisy. This is easily my favourite code for this game, and you should definitely try it if you have the time. Anyway, that's it for today my friends. I really hope you enjoyed hacking Super Mario Land on the Game Boy with me. If you did, then be sure to smash a big fat like on this bad boy, share it with your friends, make a comment about other games or videos you'd like to see, and of course subscribe with notifications on. And if you really like the mayhem and what I do here, then why not check out our join button or Patreon page below. Every bit of support helps future videos. And with that said, I'll catch you soon.